Over to other international stories, and French President Emmanuel Macron has stirred a row by calling the intergovernmental military alliance NATO brain dead. Russia has hailed Macron's remarks as the NATO member states, including Germany and US, defended the alliance's relevance. In an interview, Macron blamed United States President Donald Trump's quote-unquote indifference to the allies as a reason for the NATO being in a state of brain death. Macron slammed the US for not consulting the alliance before pulling troops out of Syria. Now remember, the withdrawal had left US allies, the Syrian Kurds, battling Turkish onslaught. The French president also said that the transatlantic alliance between North America and Europe lacked leadership and a shared vision. Macron's remarks came as NATO member states' leaders arrived in Germany to mark the anniversary, the fall of Berlin Wall, a key event in the collapse of the Soviet Union. Russia lauded Macron for quote-unquote truthful words. Meanwhile, United States Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said that NATO remained a critical partnership.
There we were in this place where nations of democratic values worked so closely together for a long time to achieve what happened in 1989 and then again in 1990. Remarkable work that created freedom and brought millions of people out of very, very difficult situations. I think NATO remains an important, critical, perhaps historically one of the most critical strategic partnerships in all of recorded history.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel slammed Macron for his drastic remark, but accepted that the alliance had differences.
Der französische Präsident hat ja drastische Worte gewählt. Das ist nicht meine Sicht der Kooperation in der NATO. Ich glaube, ein solcher Rundumschlag ist nicht nötig, auch wenn wir Probleme haben, auch wenn wir uns zusammenraufen müssen.
NATO-Chief Jens Stoltenberg said that the Cold-era alliance was relevant even after the collapse of the Soviet Union.
I agree with Chancellor Merkel. NATO is strong, and the United States, North America and Europe, we do more together than we have done for decades. We have implemented the strongest reinforcements of our collective defense since the end of the Cold War.
Important to note that the row comes as Macron prepares to arrive in Berlin, where he will be meeting leaders of other NATO members. Differences in the NATO have been in the open for quite some time. Trump has repeatedly hit out at the European allies for defaulting on payments to the NATO. However, the relevance began being questioned after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. Remember, the NATO was formed in 1949 to counter Soviet Union's growing influence in Europe.